Hey, thank you very much. Finally, work. Hello.
Yeah, good day, Mr. Banks.
Hello, Basi. How's it going?
Thank you. It's a pleasure seeing you.
It's a pleasure connecting with you today. How's work like?
Thank you.
How's work going?
Yes, sir, we are doing great. How's your
Huh?
end? We are doing great. How's your
Okay,
end?
great. So, everything is going well. We're having fun at the moment, and it's a very beautiful, environment where I'm in. There's no other times, to feel very green in myself, you know,
Okay.
than a morning like this. And and I'm really happy to be in this part of the country again after all the whole lockdown and everything.
Uh,
So,
welcome, sir.
welcome to today's edition of Green Innovation Talks with Mr. Back. Like I
Thank
said, it's always a session where we get to discuss possibilities and the kinds of innovations that can solve climate challenges. Some of these innovations sometimes they're still very at its earliest form. Some are just springing up. Some needs a little bit of working and tweaking, for you to get it right. But efficiently, or rather specifically, I always want to talk to people who are just everyday people who are creating solutions that have a business model and at the same time can mitigate or can help us adapt more to climate change. So for everyone who is listening to us either live or by stream, I want to say thank you for staying with us throughout the critical moments of our country's life. Um, which was the NSAS period, and we're very excited to see that lots of young people are getting the listening ear as they all deserve. So today we'll be discussing water hyacinth again. This is about the second or the third time that we've had water hyacinth on our show, and today we're having this conversation with Peter Bassi. Peter Bassi runs a company that deals, that provides some form of service and innovation around the use of water hyacinth. But not to take further time, I will let Peter do the talking about his company. Hello, Peter. Nice to meet you again.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, this is Peter Bassi again. Um, I started my company, PIB Global Services. that is February this year, just before the lockdown. And even during the lockdown, we've been working because I'm operating from Badore axis of Aja, and we have a lot of water essence in that axis. There's a particular canal in there that we have large mats of water hyacinth. So during the lockdown, when nobody was moving, we were right there removing water hyacinth from the canal and carbonizing it into biochar. Now,
Okay.
this now the biochar is like what we could say charcoal, but it's a powder form of charcoal. Let's say
Okay.
you take a normal charcoal, you grind it, the powder form. But
Mm-hmm.
we don't take a charcoal to grind it to make them powder. We produce the powder charcoal by carbonizing dry biomass. This
Okay.
biomass, what we use, water essence is the biomass
Mm.
we use.
Mm.
So that's that's the nutshell.
But so how did you figure out what to do with this, and what is the use of all that powder, knowing that yes, there's the briquette, which is like the charcoal form also that water hyacinth can be converted into, but the fact that you're turning them into sort of dust, right?
Yeah.
So can you help us understand how this process works? Like, first of all, first things first, what led you to this point, and then help us understand how it works.
Okay, I first learned about water essence 2017 in Akwa Ibom. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. We had a training about water essence some time ago. That was 2017. Water essence into compost manure.
Okay.
And the whole of 2018 and 2019, I was in Abuja. And the only available water body in Abuja is the Jabi Lake.
Jabi Lake.
And
Yes.
a lot of water hyacinth on that lake. So
Okay.
what disturbing me is like, I know how to turn this water hyacinth into something. So why can't I do something? I like tourism, so almost every day I go to the lake just to have time for myself. And when I see the water hyacinth on that lake, I get angry. So I wrote to the Department of Forestry
Mm.
for them to give me permission to utilize the water hyacinth. I had already communicated and made an arrangement with the village head of the Jabi.
Mm-hmm.
I also made arrangement with chairman of the Jabi Lake Fishermen Association. So these
Mm-hmm.
people were ready to partner with me so that we can remove the water essence from that Jabi Lake. But unfortunately, the director of that department declined that proposal. But his deputy director had accepted it, but the director declined it. But I left it, and I came back. I came down to Lagos 2019, December 2019. My purpose of coming down to Lagos was to travel to Germany, and
Mm-hmm.
something happened. I couldn't travel to Germany. So while I was around, the whole of that December, when I was moving around Lagos, I was seeing water hyacinth everywhere I go.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is the same thing I saw in Abuja now, and I was trying to everywhere I go. And I live here in Badore, and we have a lot of them everywhere. Even when I go to mainland, as we are passing crossing the mainland bridge, I see it. Okay, I'm going to Ikorodu, and I see these things. Sometimes even the boats, because I like water transportation.
Yeah.
Sometimes even the boats I use get
Mm-hmm.
like disturbed by the water hyacinth. Okay, I said, let me start. Then I was on Facebook that I was doing my own research. I joined one group. They call it the Water Hyacinth Digitalization Group. Now,
Okay.
it is an organization from Germany that made a post
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
about water hyacinth digitalization. I
Mm-hmm.
now follow up with that post. I made a comment and I follow up. And by virtue of grace, that
Mm-hmm.
organization is called Chat to Cool. It's a German-based organization.
Okay.
So we got talking, and I told them my own. I told them my own ideas and how I'm planning to work on water hyacinth
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
down. They now gave me They also gave me their own ideas. They designed the cane we use in carbonizing. So they sent me the design of the cane. I went to Ikorodu, fabricated the cane, brought it down to Badore. Now started removing the water essence from the water body. You dry the water essence, you now use a carbonize it. Once you carbonize the dry water essence, it
Mm.
automatically becomes the powder charcoal, what we
Okay,
call
help us understand that carbonization, or carbonizing, or carbonization, whatever the word is. So you said when you carbonize this, what does it mean to carbonize it?
okay. To carbonize means to bond with like a low oxygen.
Okay.
Yeah, to bond with low oxygen. Now, this cane we use is specifically designed to carbonize water hyacinth. So there's a way it was designed, and there's a way it has been fabricated that allows little oxygen to be involved in the burning process. When little oxygen is involved in the burning process, you have you are able to get the product that you are trying to produce, which is the voucher.
Yep. Sorry, please continue. Hello. Um, I want to believe that we have heard and also um, heard insights about the things that you do and how carbonization, or rather, carbonizing happens. So now tell us about the market and what what this output look like, and what are they being used for, and what is the thought of the kind of market, the naira and kobo behind, this powder form, and this market of this um, bacha, or culture as you call it.
Voucher, yeah.
Yeah.
Voucher,
Voucher.
yes, that is
Okay.
bio for biology, then charcoal, that's voucher. Mm.
Okay, voucher. Now I get it. Anyway, so help us understand the market behind voucher, right? What is the
Okay,
market like?
now the market for voucher is enormous, but we have to classify it based on the utilization.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking about agriculture, and like I said, we can use voucher for several things. Like
Mm-hmm.
for me, I've used it to do, apart from the soil enhancer, I've used it to do odor remover for shoes, and we can do so
Mm-hmm.
many things with it. But we are focusing now on using it to do the soil enhancer. Now, you cannot just take the voucher that you
Mm-hmm.
use to apply it on the soil. You will not really get any
Mm-hmm.
effect. What we do is that you have to charge it.
Okay.
Now, charging it will now
Okay.
get the voucher to work as what we call, it increases the water and nutrient holding capacity of the soil. And at the same time, it also gives the
So what
soil.
does it mean? Sorry to break you a bit. Sorry to break you a bit. What does it mean to charge a
Okay,
voucher?
to charge the voucher means to make it more porous.
Okay.
Yes, to make it more porous so that you can put in some nutrient inside it. Voucher itself can help to hold water in the soil. It can also help to
Okay.
hold nutrient in the soil, such that you
Okay.
end up spending less water. You
Mm-hmm.
also end up spending less manure or fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Okay.
the way we are applying it is by charging it with, let's say, livestock waste. For example, now poultry waste.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we are running our own program. When we produce the voucher, we now give it out to a poultry farmer to pour it on the poultry floor. Now, when you pour it on the
Oh,
poultry floor, you understand that normally poultry farm generates a lot of odor and heat
yeah.
and
Yeah.
gas.
True.
But when you now
True.
pour this voucher on the poultry floor, when you pour it on
Mm-hmm.
the poultry floor, it works like magic. That poultry farm is clean, no odor, no gas. So those odor and the gas has been absorbed by the voucher.
Hmm.
At the same time,
Okay.
the voucher is being charged. So the mixture of the voucher plus the poultry dung becomes a charged voucher, which you can now use it and apply inside the soil for crop to improve crop yield.
Okay, so you can take that. So you can take that voucher that has been poured in the poultry,
Yeah,
that's also mixed with the chicken, with the chicken waste and everything, will be converted into
the soil you can
what
say
do you call it?
fertilizer.
Fertilizer, organic fertilizer.
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. That's that's
So
interesting. Tell us.
so
Yes,
we
please
now,
go ahead.
yeah, so now we give it out to farmers to use. But
Hmm.
it's a new thing, it's a new product, so to say. So
Hmm.
since we started, we've been giving out to farmers free because
Really?
are skeptical. People are skeptical.
Really?
Even out of over
You
20
know,
farmers.
so have you thought of putting up maybe short video to show when and what the outcome of that farm has yield, so that instead of going around giving people for free, you can just show them that video, probably of some other big guy's farm somewhere or something. But but then tell us, if you're going to define what the prices of biochar, of biochar are going to be, how would you quantify them? Judging that it's got all these beautiful nutrients, so how do you scale it from just production to, then how do you put that price of biochar?
Okay, the price we are putting, because by this month we will start selling the voucher. We are no longer giving free. We are
Mm-hmm.
done with the pro bono services. We've started selling it from this month. We are now selling it. So the price for the voucher is 100 naira per kg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are putting it at that 100 naira per kg so that
Okay.
farmers can afford it. They can afford it, and we, as far as they can afford it, the product is also accessible. So the market price is 100 naira per kg.
Used on the farm. What else can you use the voucher for?
Okay, like I said earlier, you can use it. I
Excuse me.
Like I said earlier, I developed a product. I don't have it here. I developed a product that you can put it inside your shoe. Now, this product was developed during the lockdown. Down here, a lot of people were doing exercise every day because nobody's going to work. So every day you see on our streets, you see a lot of people going out for exercise. Now, the next day they will still go back to do exercise. They don't have enough time to dry their shoe. There's no how you tell me that we are using your shoe to run, like let's say a kilometer every day, and your shoe will not have odor.
Exactly. Exactly.
So and that was a rainy season, and there is no sufficient sun to air or dry your shoe. So
Mm-hmm.
what you do is that once you come back from exercise, take the shoe odor remover,
Mm-hmm.
the odorizer, put it in your shoe. The next
Yeah.
morning that you are going for exercise, remove it. Believe you me, the odor in your shoe might have reduced or totally removed.
So what is that shoe odor remover that you have? That special one made out of voucher?
Yeah, it's made from voucher, nothing else. Just
Mm.
voucher. Just
So voucher absorbs smell,
yes,
absorb water, or rather retains water,
and water.
right? And also improves, food yield.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
voucher can also be used as food supplement for livestock.
Food supplement.
Yes. In Europe, like in Germany, some farmers put a little bit of voucher
Uh-huh.
in the feed for livestock. It
Okay.
helps in the metabolism process. And when you do that, you can, like, some, if you are doing poultry farming,
Mm.
like you are doing you are having a
Okay, so how would you explain why the voucher, or rather the voucher, is not scaling, knowing that we have a beautiful resource like this coming out of waste or a particular challenge? How come this is not becoming? What would you say is the reason why this is not becoming mainstream?
where it's not becoming what?
Mainstream, meaning that why is it not becoming a main product for everyone to use or a main resource?
Okay. It's because the players on this particular item
Mm.
are pushing it within their own.
Okay.
So let's.
Okay.
I met there's a man. I'm currently in. I am in a pay right now. The
Okay.
company invited me to come and check Lagos State rice mill cottage that he is operating.
Okay.
He told me that he has known about voucher for over 10 years now, but he did not understand, and he did not even talk to anybody about it. But it's only when I came up to talk about voucher and he has been seeing what I've been doing with voucher, and I said, okay, okay. So people were skeptical, and
Mhm.
okay, charcoal. So people don't, you
People
know,
will feel like they're consuming charcoal, right?
yes, charcoal. You understand? Where I operate, people call me like children. They call me charcoal man. Charcoal man. Right? When they ask them where are you going, who's going to something, charcoal man. So I'm not like a charcoal man. So people, how many people would like to be identified as charcoal man? So, but we are now, we the stakeholders, we are now trying to let people see that voucher, or let me use the layman's word, charcoal, is a black gold. It's a black gold. So
Okay.
it will interest you to know that the little thing we did has given us been able to put us in a leeway for us to get a contract from Lagos State Waterways.
Oh, impressive.
Yes, so although we are still waiting for them to emboss us for us to initiate the contract, but I learned maybe by next week everything will be okay. So they have given us contract to remove water hyacinth and turn it into a voucher from one of the ferry terminals in the state. So we are looking at
Look at that.
maybe from next year we'll be able to get more. Maybe they will tell us, okay, all the jetties in Lagos State do it for us. And we are also looking at, okay, we go to other states that have water essence, because even my state, Akwa Ibom State, we have a lot of water essence there. And people
Yeah.
will, how come you are now getting contract from Lagos State government when you can also do the same from your state? So let me start from here. These are the ones that they have appreciated what I've done, and they have appreciated.
They have
So after we've done this, we can
lots
now
of
move,
water ice in there.
yes, go to other places. So,
Okay, so that you've done so far, right? So tell me, what kind of equipment do you use in in processing voucher from collection all the way to product outcome? And please tell me about this. Tell me about this thing.
okay, right now we are using manual to harvest,
Mhm.
manual method to harvest water hyacinth.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
physically, I go inside the water, remove the water essence, and I have people working with me. Right now, I think I have about eight. I have eight people, eight staff working with me. Something that I started by myself. Now I have eight people
Mm.
that
You
I'm
have
working
eight people working with you.
now. So when what we do is that we remove the water essence from the water. We now separate it because
Hmm.
the root takes longer time to dry.
Hmm.
What we do as soon as we harvest, we separate the roots from the stem.
Yeah.
We now the stem to dry. We are also keeping the root for us to use it to do compost manure later. But we dry the stem. We now use this when we dry the stem. We now use the kiln to carbonize. So right now, the only machine that I could say a machine is the kiln that we use in carbonizing. Every other thing we use manual method to do the harvesting and separation. but we are looking at maybe acquiring a harvester. There's a water hyacinth harvester that we can.
Okay. Okay. The water hyacinth harvester. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, the water, like I'm saying, maybe in future we are looking at acquiring a water hyacinth harvester. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's like a boat, but it's work.
Yes, we know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now we don't have the resources to acquire that. So we are looking for maybe in the near future we'll be able to get our resources to do it so that we can go
Apart from
inside.
those two products, apart from those two products that you've been able to identify, or three, how can you help us explain what are the other potential benefits or large scale benefits that the biocar, or rather, sorry,
Voucher.
voucher, voucher, yes, that the voucher can equally do.
Okay, we like in the cosmetic industry, yeah,
Mhm.
we can use voucher to do a face mask. This thing that we use
Okay.
in spa, can
Yeah.
also use it for dental care. We have
Mental
some,
care.
we have some
Oh.
like toothpaste that per day.
Hmm.
Yeah. So and there are a lot of.
That's quite interesting. So, so how long has your company been around?
Okay, we are celebrating our 8 months this week. On Friday will be 8 months.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
8 months.
Yes, eight
So
months.
what does the future look to you?
Wow, the future is scary. Why?
Why do you say that?
Because I've seen unlimited opportunities.
Mm.
Now I'm asking myself, how am I going to divide myself? How am I going to do it? And to be honest with you, my German partners, my German partners had a meeting and they told me that in the meeting they were like, only if they could get someone that is like Peter, they could get more Peter in other places that they're trying to partner with. So
So
that
so for your own kind of business, for PJ Global, uh,
yeah,
PBJ Global also, right? PB Global,
yeah, PIB Global.
PIB, okay, PIB Global. What does future look for a company like that who has got this kind of solution?
Okay, it's promising. It's promising. Sorry, my laptop is low, and I will have to switch over to my phone.
No, we
But
can wrap up. We can wrap up quickly. It's not a big
yeah,
deal.
the future is great. The future is great. Like I
Okay.
said, I cannot even quantify it because
Mhm. Okay, I think we have lost um, Peter there. Peter Bassi, as you all know, runs PIB Global, which produces biochar out of water hyacinth. And this biochar are really high in nutrients, and they are equally useful for both agro feeds, livestock, and also um, use it as other possible resources. To stop things like odors, in lifestyle clothes and shoes. We like what he's doing, and we hope that he can share more details about how to create a market out of the biochar, produce. If we've got lots of um, water hyacinth disturbing most of our inland waterways, this is a this is a good opportunity for either the inland revenue, the inland waterway, and also the water ministry to look at solutions to make it possible to improve aquatic life, and at the same time make it useful for us to be able to access the waterways as and when due. So while we'll wait back for Peter, just like he said, I think without having to uh, waste any more of the time, we will stay a few more seconds for Peter, and as you can see, that's how most of his equipment are definitely, are definitely manual at the moment. But imagine the kinds of innovation that can happen if some form of value chain is understood. Because I believe that some of the equipments that will be needed in a process like what he's doing now cannot be different from other equipments that are needed in some extractive industries. Things that have to do with processing, things that have to do with collection and carbonization, carbonizing, like he said. How do we improve that value chain in some of these green innovation markets? Um, we think that the opportunity around Nigeria, it's a very strong one. We think that some of the things that climate change has either caused can equally be reversed because of the kinds of solutions that we find in, across board, and can also be adapted um, to the best of knowledge and also functionality. So we have waited for him, and then we cannot find. So I'd like to thank you all who have spent time to stay with us. Um, we hope that by the next edition we can get we will have another guest who will share more in-depth experience with us on how some innovations have been built within the green economy in Nigeria. From all of us at NCIC, like we said, if you want to follow us, you can follow us more on NCIC, nigeriacic.org, or you go to all of our social media platforms, which is Nigeria CIC, either on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and get new information about us. Now, in the next few weeks, there'll be a couple of programs coming up within the NCIC around hackathon, around climate incubation, or rather, incubation for businesses within the renewable energy sector, and also the climate launchpad competition. Watch out on all of our social media, pages, and you will get many more information such as this. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank my team for all the support, and I'd like to thank everyone who has stayed with us throughout the whole of today. Thank you for your time, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.